Hey y'all, Bob here again, and starting out at JNR Bank, and this is my extreme low level farming guide on a hardcore Ironman account. Um, I went and put all the seeds and stuff that I had stole from the master farmer after getting my theming up, which was quite a journey because I fished a bunch and then I ate the fish as I thieved, so when you get hit or whatever. So all these seeds and stuff, I don't think I got any of them in drops. I'm pretty sure they're all come from the master farmer. So yay! And then as I got them, I put them in order of like what they would need to make the potion or whatever. So that's where I got that. Anyway, but yes, it is possible. It took many. Thing I'm gonna do is show you where we're going here. This is in Draenor. It's just directly west of Lumbridge, which is a home telly. And then from here, we're going to go to Faldor Patch first, which is probably the easiest to get to, arguably, but I think it's easiest. We're going to go talk to Sarah and buy some stuff. If you don't already have it, you need like 30 GP or so. It's very cheap. You should be able to get it with killing a few goblins or something. You're going to go in here, talk to Sarah, which is the person that sells you farming supplies. And you're going to need at least 4 things. Some of the other stuff would help you if you get it. So you're going to get a rake, you're going to get a seed dibbler, and you're going to get sectors and a spade. So that's all, not very much. And then if you want to, you can buy compost for 20. If you can buy a couple of them, but I wouldn't buy more than like 4 or 5 because you're going to be making it here. But and if you don't have any money besides what you need to get the rake and stuff, just buy the rake and then the rest of it you can get, you know, with our once you get over here, you'll take your seeds however you bought them. I'd recommend, obviously if you're not hardcore Ironman, to buy them in the GE, and you're gonna need like a few Guam seeds. You're gonna need flower seeds, which are the ones in the middle, and then you're going to need allotment, which are there's always 2 patches on each side. Those are the ones that look like L's. So you'll plant your allotment seeds, which you need 3 of, each for each thing, each patch. It'll use up 3 seeds. The middle one is called the flower, and you'll need 1 seed, and you'll start out with I think marigold. Um, all the stuff that I'm telling you can be found in the little farming guide tab on your thing. It'll tell you what level you need to plant what seed. And so basically, you're just gonna farm the or plant the highest stuff you can do. I'm harvesting sweet corn right now, but when you start out, you're gonna be doing like potatoes. So that's why I'm planting potatoes. And a lot of your stuff's gonna die unless you pay for it, which I wouldn't really recommend, especially at lower levels. I don't ever pay for it. It's just if it dies, it dies. Um, and then this is your compost bin, which you're going to put basically any produce in it. The better level produce, the better compost it makes. Um, right now, I'm only making regular compost because that's what I can make. But you can put like the cabbages from just south down in there. You need 15 of them. Just shove them in there and leave them set for like an hour. And you will get normal compost. It'll pop open. You'll use your buckets on it and get them. Buckets can be bought in any general store. They usually stock like 10 of them, I think, roughly. Sometimes people have bought them down. So that's where you get your buckets, and the regular price for a bucket is 2 coins, so you need 30 GP there. So really, I mean, you can chop down some trees or kill a couple goblins or whatever you need to get like yourself a couple hundred GP. It's all it would take. So, and then I always put all of my stuff back in the leprechaun if I can, and then note everything, which makes you lighter. And we're going to go to the Ardong patch next. Which, if you're not hardcore Iron Man, you can get the cape. You can, well, even you can get the cape. I haven't gotten the cape yet, but you can get a combat bracelet or however you need to get there. On this account, shout out to a friend, a hard one. But basically, I just clicked open the minigames section tab, and then I'm teleporting to the fishing trawler. There is a bank there too as soon as you teleport in. Is to get up here. We're going to run straight up to the bush patch and harvest our I think we have cava berries or something planted there. And then we're going to keep running like north and east. So harvest them. And you only have to plant these once if they live. I would not pay the guy because you're going to get a lot of these seeds and it's not worth doing. Always have the highest bush that you can plant. So right now you can see I have cava berries, and then the next one I think is dewberries, but anyways. So, and that's some nice extra farming XP just for running by. So if you don't have your seeds for the next batch, you can stop at the bank right here, but I'm just going to avoid it and keep on running. Another thing, if you run out of energy, which I probably will, you can carry like an axe and a tinder box or an axe and a knife or something, and then just chop some of the trees when you're done along the way. Obviously, you could have like a stamina potion or whatever, but you probably don't have one of those if you're a hardcore Iron Man at this level. So you just tough it out. So again, we're going to go straight north and then just a tad to the west to the Ardong patch. And then once we get there, it's the same thing. Just plant your seeds that you brought. So you need one herb seed, one flower seed, which is the middle, and then 6 seeds that are allotment seeds, which I have potatoes, and that's what we're going to plant. Herb seed died again, but it happens when you're just using regular compost. If you can, please do yourself an extreme favor and buy watermelons to make super compost, or pineapples or whatever, or just buy the super or ultra compost. If you're a hardcore Iron Man, then you're stuck for this until you can make watermelons and do it yourself. So this is what we're doing. Take out the compost. Need 4, 2 for allotment patches, 1 for the middle flower patch, and 1 for the herb patch. So you're going to plant the seed, and basically it's just back to the grind. So, and I hope I'm giving enough information here. I'm trying to think of anything, because I know a lot of people, when they look at farming, it's just like this task that they can't, or a skill they can't buy, or like AFK or whatever. Farming gives you pretty decent experience, but it's on farming terms, at specific places. You can't just like go to a bank and get a bunch of farming experience that I know of yet. After I said that, they'll probably make some kind of update where you just like, I don't know, cut some tree roots or something for farming XP. I don't know. So, but for right now, you have a limited amount of patches, which limits, it bottlenecks again the lower level you are, and a lot of patches are hidden behind either diaries or a quest or a combination of both. Then I'm only going to be doing 3 patches, which is the first one, as you saw, was in Falador, the next one here in Ardong, and then the last one, which I'll be doing in this video, will be the one in Catherby, which is a Camelot teleport. I gotta remember it's not Camelot patch, but if you can, teleport to Camelot, and then you run straight east. But since we don't have the magic level to cast Camelot teleport, we're just gonna run north and east. So yeah, so those 3 patches. The next one, which is probably the next easiest, the 4th patch, would be the one where you have to do Priest in Peril, Ghost Ahoy. There's like maybe one or two other quests in there, I don't recall, which I'll probably be doing on this account at a later time. If that interests some of you to know exactly, what quest you have to do, let me know. As at this point, I've only done one quest, which is Druid Ritual, so I can start Herbivore. If you have not done Drake Ritual, which I'm trying to do this with as little as quests as possible, because there's nothing worse than someone telling you, oh, you just get this from the quest, and you think it's one quest, it'll take you like an hour or something, and then you just pop on over. Here, just interrupt myself, is where Yews and Willows are, and you can chop some of them if you're out of energy or whatever, burn them. We're going to make our way to the bank, or no, we're not. We already have money. We're going to talk to this guy and buy some more buckets. Always buy as many as he has, which he usually has 10, because nobody buys bucket, or very few people buy buckets. Yep, he has 10. We're going to buy them. Our inventory. Boom, 2 coins each. So 20 coins later, we're going to go to the bank and get out more supplies. But where was I? I was talking about quest. But Ghost Ahoy. But I'm trying to do as a few quests as possible. Drake Ritual, all it requires is 4 pieces of meat, chicken, bear, rat, and beef, I believe. So 4 pieces, yes. And then you run down here, and this is the first time I almost died. It was really stupid, but anyway, take some other food with you. But you run down to Taverley, and you throw it in the cauldron. It turns like a bluish color, and then you give it back to the guy, and the quest is done. It should take you only a few minutes. You run past bears if you want to kill one. If you're a level 3 account, you can probably buy all the stuff in the GE. If you're a hardcore Ironman at level 3, I do not know. I guess you could Ring of Recoil it to death, because you can't just drop trade. On a hardcore Iron Man, if somebody else drops it, you can see it on the ground, but you can't pick it up. Which is something I didn't know until I started hardcore Iron Man. So anybody who's a hardcore Iron Man, they deserve respect, because they do, like, all of the stuff they do is for themselves. They can't, they can drop stuff and you can pick it up, but when you drop stuff, they can see it. There's a lot of stuff laying on the ground, like coins or runes and stuff, which is extremely hard to get on our hardcore Iron Man. And you can't pick them up. You're like running over. I'm like, oh, I want this. Nobody else wants it. It's gonna go to waste. Doesn't matter. Can't pick it up. So, but anyway, but this is where we're at. So it's a good challenge. That's pretty much what I got for farming. I'm just gonna finish out this patch. If you have any questions, please let me know. My object here is to make farming as friendly as possible. And for my own personal record, I am currently 33 farming with 19,124 experience at the time of this video, and I am rank 5,209.